Ignoring a woman may sound like the opposite of what you want to do, but did you know that if it's done properly, it can be extremely effective in getting her attention? If you want something, it makes sense to go ahead and chase it. After all, that's what a quality man would do. But blindly chasing something, especially women, won't end up working out the way you think. You sometimes have to think outside the box and do what may seem counter to your goals, even if it's ignoring women. But there are only a few ways to ignore women to raise their interest. So here are 10 effective methods to do just that. Number 10. Show initial interest. When we say ignoring women can be an effective tactic for her to desire you, we don't mean that you should go ahead and avoid even getting to know her. Ignoring someone only works when there's a little bit of investment involved. If a stranger ignored you, you wouldn't really care now, would you? But if it was someone you knew, that would warrant an emotional reaction. You have to start somewhere, and that means getting that initial spark. You still have to put yourself out there and make it known what value you bring to the figurative relationship table. So this means the usual work of talking to any woman that piques your interest. Maybe someone at a bar, maybe a coworker, or a friend of a friend. Show her interest, but don't overdo it. Showing too much initial interest can be a major turnoff for women. Number 9. Don't ignore her too early. So let's assume you've got to know her a bit. You two maybe met at a bar and got drinks one night and exchanged phone numbers. Everything's going exactly as you want it to. And you might be thinking, all right, is this the part where I stop replying to her messages and make her go crazy for me? No, this is a huge mistake and a big misunderstanding with this tactic. See, the thing is, if you start ignoring her before you two have even started dating properly, it's not going to do you any good. At this stage of the relationship, the investment is still quite low. As sad as it may sound, you're still just another guy in her life that can't be replaced. She barely even knows you. To her, you just seem like a guy that has awful texting habits and seems completely uninterested in her. She'll move on to someone else, and you'll have missed out on an opportunity with someone genuinely nice. Number 8. The right time to ignore women. So when considering all of this, you might be wondering, when exactly do I start ignoring her? This ranges from the early stages of a relationship to even marriage. A 25-year-long study following 373 married couples found that the big reason for their unhappiness was because of a lack of privacy and time for themselves. But for the sake of simplicity, this tactic is most effective after getting the initial spark and before she expresses a desire to be with you. This is when you both are scheduling dates with one another, exchanging texts and still getting a bead on what you both want from each other. This is where you can stand out from other guys and make her more interested in you. So let's see what exactly you can do here. Number 7. Don't reschedule for her. Let's say you both are working out each other's schedules and still trying to arrange time for one another. She suggests going out on Friday night, but that's the same night you're going to be out with the boys. So do you just ditch them for her? No. While it may seem like a nice thing to rearrange your entire life and schedule just for one woman, it's a sacrifice that goes unappreciated. It makes you look like you're desperate for any chance you can get to be with her, that you're willing to throw away the other joys in your life just for her. Let her know that you're not someone that will drop everything at a moment's notice just for her. But at the same time, exercise a little bit of flexibility if that's what she's going to do for you. Number 6. Limiting your social media presence. Alright, so you both added each other on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. She uploads a cute picture of herself or maybe posts a story. Do you go ahead and like that post as soon as it comes up and make a comment about how good she looks? No, of course not. Don't go scrolling through and liking her every post like a maniac, or give her attention on every little story she makes. Instead, play it cool, and don't even bother liking these. Post your own life on social media, like that concert you went to with friends, or that amazing promotion you just got. This will let her know that you've got a life outside of her, and you're very successful in it. That you're living a fulfilling life that doesn't depend on her attention to you. But also, be a little mysterious. Get her curious as to what really your life is. If she's really into you, she's probably wondering why you aren't giving her any attention on social media. Number 5. reply late. The wise billionaire Bill Gates once said that patience is a key element of success. And practicing patience is exactly what you'll be doing when you employ these sort of ignoring tactics in your dating life. A common mistake a lot of men do is replying too early or even instantly to women. It goes without saying that this makes you look weak and desperate. You shouldn't give the impression that you're some guy who's always open to talk to her at a moment's notice. Even though that sounds nice in theory, it's not something that's valued. As women get a lot of attention from men already, they can easily strike up conversations when they want to. Show some restraint. Take a few hours and keep her waiting for that juicy reply you're preparing. Your conversations aren't a fast food meal made to be served quickly. They're a 5-star gourmet dish that everyone wants a taste of, but few can afford. And before it's served, they can't help but be excited about it. Number 4. Ignore her if she's not interested. Let's say you're putting some effort into this woman you like. You're not giving her too much attention, but at the same time, you're not completely ignoring her either. You're striking the right balance. But as time goes on, she looks like she doesn't care. She never texts first. She's hesitant to go through with plans, and overall, the vibes feel off. This can happen when a woman starts to take the relationship for granted. It can feel like a ship sinking in a storm. It takes an entire crew to steer a boat, just like how it takes equal effort for a relationship to work. If she's not pulling her weight, maintain your standards and stand up for yourself. Don't validate this behavior. You're not the kind of person that's interested in one-sided relationships. Ignore her and let her know that she needs to meet you in the middle for this to work. The distance and lack of attention will get her to appreciate you more and desire your attention again. Number 3. Staying strong. We get it. The feelings of love and desire can become very strong for a woman you like. So pretending that you don't really care can require an Oscar-worthy performance on your part. But stand your ground and stick to the plan. Ignoring what you love the most can help you forge a stronger bond than before. And it has to do with psychology. Human beings are more attracted to things they can't get. And this psychological feature is incredibly present when it comes to relationships. It's the concept of the forbidden fruit. People are attracted to those that they can't have. And to a lesser extent, people are attracted to a challenge. Giving off the impression that you're unobtainable can do wonders for your success. She'll become curious as to why you're ignoring her when so many other people give her attention. She'll think that there's something different about you and that it won't be a walk in the park getting to know you. Number 2. The worst time to ignore women. Say you get the sparks going, and while you're wondering if she's really interested in you or not, she opens up to you and expresses a genuine desire to be with you. Do not start ignoring her after this. It takes a lot of courage to open up to someone like this. She made herself vulnerable to you because she believed that she could be happy with you. So you owe it to her not to disrespect her feelings by ignoring her. If you end up doing so anyway, you're going to inflict a lot of emotional pain on her, which is the last thing you want to do to someone you like. If she's consistently expressing appreciation for your advances, you may not even need to rely on ignoring her ever. So keep that in mind when you're employing these tactics. Number 1. Don't ignore her for too long. Ignoring women is a careful balance between giving attention and taking it away. While it may sound fun to flip the tables and get the women to chase after you, it's not a healthy 50-50 balance. Don't take the ignoring too far by keeping her hanging. When we say reply late, we mean a couple of hours late, not an entire week. It's like balancing on a tightrope. You ignore her too much, and chances are she'll just walk away and lose interest. After all, who likes talking to a brick wall? You need to know how long you should withdraw your attention, and that'll vary on who you're dealing with. So let your own intuition take the wheel and do what you think is best. But the best action you can take right now is to leave a like and subscribe. Be sure to tune in for more next time.